Hey, hello leaders, and welcome back to another video version of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Hey, this is episode number 390, and I'm doing a marathon of these things today. As you can see, I'm still in my same outfit, but this is good because I hope you can use these videos as a training tool, maybe in your team of leaders or something, however you want to use it. Please share it. I'd love if I just got a few views on YouTube actually, because in the past I haven't gotten a whole lot of views. I've gotten like no views. So today we're going to talk about the fourth core essential of leadership. All right. So up till now we've talked about the first three core essentials. The first one was know yourself. The second one was know your people. The third one was know the big picture and how you fit into it and how all your people fit into it. And then the today's version, or the today's core essential is, you're gonna have to wait for it. So I'm gonna hit the recording, and again, the video version is me recording the podcast, the Run to Your Challenges or Run to Your Leadership Challenges podcast, and it's I may make some mistakes. I edit the video or the podcast version, but I don't always edit the video version unless there's a major mistake in the middle. So here we go. I'm going to hit the record button. You'll hear about 4 seconds of silence, and then we will be on it. So here we go. Hello, leaders, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So we are continuing this week's topic of what I consider to be the 6 core essentials of leadership. And today we're covering the fourth essential, and that is clear expectations. So this is a great series for all leaders. No matter how much leadership experience you have, I believe leadership is a lifelong learning journey, and you must continually build on your knowledge and learn from others. I believe these 6 core essentials of leadership provide a great foundation for all leaders throughout your entire organization. The fourth core essential of leadership is clear expectations. So let me ask you, have you ever worked for a place where you just didn't know what was clearly expected of you? Have you ever been in a situation where you go to work and you keep busy all day doing tasks that you think you're supposed to be doing, and then you find out that you weren't meeting the expectation? And then you find out that you just weren't meeting the expectations of your boss. Have you ever had a job with no clear job description? Yet when you receive your annual evaluation, it spells out all the things you've never completed. And your boss has to ask you what you've done. Well, if you haven't experienced any of these situations, or if these sound completely ridiculous, consider yourself very fortunate. This is one of the most common complaints people have with their job. And it's one of the most common pain points brought up on organizational surveys. No clear expectations. No clear job description. I mean, this is kind of like telling your kids to go clean their room, and an hour later, it's messier than it started. And they tell you, well, I did clean. Well, just like your kids need clear guidance on what your expectations are when you say to go clean your room, your people need clear guidance and expectations as well. They need to know what their roles and responsibilities are, and they need to know exactly what you expect from them. No questions asked. Your expectations of your people should be in perfect alignment with their annual evaluation. They should know exactly what their responsibilities are and what is expected of them in regards to your expectations and the expectations of their job. There should never be any surprises. Now, there are a few exceptions to this rule if and when their roles and responsibilities happen to change during the year. However, if and when that happens, you need to communicate those changes immediately so they know the changes and they can ask any questions if they have them. So the question may arise, when and how do your people find out what their roles, responsibilities, and expectations are? Well, the best answer I can give you on that is as soon as possible. As soon as somebody starts their job or changes jobs, you need to sit down with them and have a face-to-face conversation. This should not be only a written document that they have to read by themselves and sign off on. It needs to be a face-to-face conversation with you with a checklist that walks through each of their responsibilities and expectations. This allows them ample opportunity to ask questions if they have any. You also need to follow up with a conversation within a few days, because after the initial discussion, they're going to always come up with some questions immediately after that. So you want to follow up in a few days and get to make sure they're comfortable asking questions. It never seems to fail that as soon as you finish up the sit-down meeting, questions arise. So that follow-up conversation is very critical. And it gives you a great opportunity to ask them specific questions to make sure they understand their roles, responsibilities, and expectations. So today's challenge for you is to sit down and ensure you have clear job descriptions for each one of your people, and that you've given each of your people clear expectations of exactly what's expected of them. This should include their work hours, reporting instructions, contact information, vacation and sick day procedures, their chain of command, specific job responsibilities and expectations, professional conduct, maybe your dress code, the big picture tie-in from yesterday that we talked about, and anything else that you deem necessary that needs to be clearly stated and clearly understood by your people. Hey, as a reminder, this week you can download the blog version of this week's series at runtoyourchallenges.com. Each day I'll post a different blog covering each of the core essential that I cover this day or that day in the podcast. You can also watch video versions of the podcast on my YouTube channel, Current Leadership Coaching, where you can get extra value at the end of each show. And I think the extra value is actually the best bang for the money. Hey, that's it for today. As always, thank you for listening and for being a leader. It's truly the greatest privilege in the world. Hey, have a great day, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges. So I just want to talk a little bit more about this, because when you're talking about really setting clear expectations, a lot of times supervisors and leaders have a tendency to dismiss this. They're like, well, here's your job description. Just go read that. Let me know if you have any questions. Well, of course they're going to have questions. When you're onboarding your people, you need to sit down. You, as their leader, as their supervisor, this is a job that I feel just cannot be delegated. If you are their immediate supervisor, this is the time that you got to connect with your people. Sit down in an office, block out all the distractions, and go over their job description and their clear and expectations that you have of them. So go through, get out your annual evaluation and go through it step by step by step and tell them what everything is that's expected of them. This is how you set your people up for success. If you don't do this, consider yourself setting your people up for total failure, because it's like, I don't know, I always screw this saying up, but if you don't have a target, you'll miss it every time, right? So it's the same thing here. If your people don't have clear expectations of what's expected of them and what their roles and responsibilities are, they're not going to know what to do. And you can't expect them to just guess and figure it out by themselves. That's your job as the leader, as a supervisor. So today, that's the challenge. Just sit down, make sure every person that you supervise, that you lead, has a clear job description. If they don't have it, when should you sit down and start figuring that out? The answer to that is today, because it's that critical. Every day that your people come into work without a job description or without clear expectations, they're frustrated, and quite frankly, they're wasting your time, and you're wasting their time, and you're wasting organizational money. So if you want to waste money, just throw it away. Throw it my way. Man, I'll give you my address and you can mail me some. But if you want to save money and if you want to get maximum productivity from your people, the key is to have a clear job description, sit down with them, go over and make sure they have clear expectations. Hey, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this, and that is it for the core essential of leadership number 4, clear expectations. Come back tomorrow as we get into the core essential of leadership, the 5th core essential. And believe me, this 5th one is money in the bank. And this is the key to everything. So come on back, join us, and don't miss these last 2. Have a great day and run to your challenges. We'll see you.